This is an administrative hearing being held on December 8th, 2025 in the Kosciuszko County Courthouse. This hearing is being live streamed. This hearing is being conducted pursuant to the laws of the state of Indiana as found in IC 6-1.1-1-1. The parcel number is 43-1-005-200-294.000-032. The property address is 1622 Lilac Lane, Warsaw. The property owner is Donald and Pamela Chesna Craft. The assessment year under appeal is 2025. Does everyone present agree the year under appeal is as stated?
Yes.
My name is Sarah Schloss, and I represent the assessor, who is the secretary to the Property Tax Board of Appeals. The persons representing the PTABOA are
Rock Oster.
Mike Settles.
Bill Olinger. Good morning.
Morning.
the person representing the county is
Kathy Strange.
Good morning.
the person representing the taxpayer is,
Donald Kraft.
and are you the current property owner of the property?
Yes, I am.
Will all persons who are or may be witnesses in this hearing please raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, if you would like to tell the board about your property and the reason for your appeal.
Yes, my wife and I vacationed about 12 years ago in the northern part of the county. And we said this would be a good place to retire. And that's what we started looking for. And I was overruled. I have an objection to things that are in the floodplain and like that, but she liked the situation of the town being a county seat, having at the time 1.5, now 2 hospitals, and really better shopping than anywhere nearby. So we were actually made a bid on a house on the Spring Hill side of the lake and retracted it within 24 hours because we found out that the channel at sometimes was not navigable, and also it was in the floodplain. So we looked, and this home we were in was off the market for a while, came back on the market. It was at a price range we could afford in retirement, and we opted for it, and we're glad we're here. The issue I have today will be, if you give me the opportunity to correct the property record so that we can have that in place before we go to discussion of the value of the. Unfortunately, I asked for materials and they were promptly given by the assessor's office June 9th. I came out of the hospital after having a mini stroke. I've had 3 subsequent surgeries. It has really no bearing on it other than the fact that really wasn't able to address this. Last surgery was on the foot, and I didn't think I was about to cancel mid month last month, November, and the doctor cleared me to put on a shoe and walk, and I thought, well, let's get on to things. So I pulled out the packet that was sent on June 9th. I didn't bother giving you all that. I brought the property record and the depreciation schedule because they're pertinent to our place. So with that in mind, I'd like us to, if you give me the leave, I'd like you to look at the property record copy I gave you. On the right-hand side, you'll see 2 entries under 2022 for assessment. And on the improvement side, you'll see that the original 154,000 was reduced to 150. And the reason was my wife and I made an appeal in 2022 and stating that part of the problem with the adjustment that the county made was in the notes section, it said, and this is what threw me. I saw this less than 2.5 weeks ago. 7/5/2023, a year after I presented material that tub has been removed in 2015, as soon as we bought it. It was a jetted tub, and I'd be afraid to step into it. It had no shower, and it was put in there for health reasons for the prior lady of the house. And it also had a 50-gallon tank just to supply it in our closet. We had that taken out for safety purposes, put in a shower with handrails. I'm not a young man anymore. Matter of fact, I'm 6 years younger than the house. House will be 96 in January. I'll be 90. So I always thought it'd be nice to be somewhere where someone or something is older than you that I've made it. So anyway, the issue is that remains. Also mentioned in that, in 2019, we put on a steel roof because there wasn't any other option to correct it structurally because we had to make some structure changes. And there's a fireplace in now our bedroom, which was probably the living room originally, and we had it capped. It has no access. And as I noted in the left-hand section also, I made a mistake on the 2019 personal survey, and I made the impression that there was an opening for that fireplace. That's not the case. So those things, the 2022 correspondence that you'll see there, and written to Kathy as well as others, we verified that the tub was no longer there. We took it out initially. I don't know if the $4,000 correction was for all of the years or just for that year, but in any case, I felt, well, that's gone. Well, it turns out it came back with a different date. Originally, it said the date when the prior owners put in that tub. So to me, this is something that needs to be corrected. And I submit that I asked if that correction be made. In essence, also, I asked that everything may have come up for me. I filled it out wrong. I'd like that corrected if that's possible. So putting those things aside, I'd like to get on to some reasons for assessed value. And since I didn't pick this up till the middle of last month, I looked and said, well, what's recently sold on the lake or up for sale on the lake? And at the time that I looked at it last week, excuse me, I'm a little dry of mouth there. The two properties shown in my comparison to our property in this sheet, you see what they are, what they consist, how they relate to our property. And so a lot of what I'm stating is that's the comparison I made. I must say there were a lot of places shown in the packet received on June 9th from the assessor's office, but in no time was any listing of a property have both the address and the property record present. They're on separate pages. So I said, I can't deal with that because you don't have the time left to do it. And I just selected these two, and that's going to be my comparison basis. You can see that my recommendation is here, 295 to 300,000 is the max I thought. And my wife and I believe that. So, other than one other point, and it's just an anomaly, I don't know I don't know whether to ask for it to be corrected. I don't even know how to understand it, and that's the depreciation schedule. So if you look at the property record, our garage was built, detached garage, no water, no gas, no nothing like that, was built in 1995, I believe. 1990, I'm sorry. On the property record for the house, it was built in 1930. That's what you'll see in a real estate ad, 1930, but there's some effective value, 95. Something happened here in 95 where they maybe changed the baseline of homes. I don't know. But we have the anomaly that the garage built in 1990, 60 years after the home, is considered older than the home. And I don't know how you explain that. I have no explanation myself. So I think even on the basis of the home, and parts of it have been built since, I don't even know the dates of that, you know. But so I'm just saying, we like our home. We're glad we're here. We're not happy with the joint raise. And then finally, if I don't understand things that have an engineering background, unless I chart some of them. So I made some charts of the year-over-year assessment value for land and structures on our property. That's what this shows here. So the peak, 73.55% year-over-year rise in the land value. I said, that seems to be an aberration, an outlier. Don't know what happened. So then I decided, let's average the actions of the assessor's office on land since we've been here. And if you look at it, the average age percent change from 2016 is when we bought the house, that's what this big peak here is. We bought the house for $165,000. So the average percent change by the assessor's office for the property from 2016 to 2025 was 11.85% in all those preceding years. If you take it only after the sale price, it's 8.45%. I submit that something is awry in the algorithm or statistics trending things that they've done, or the assessed values aren't real. So taking that for the structure is certainly better made, well behaved. The average percentage change for it is a little under 12%, 11.85. Take it from 2017 to 25, it's only 8.4. So that seems to be, that's acceptable, that's understandable. This one's not. This one's not. So with that, I reiterate our contention and that we're presenting here. I believe the market value for the house right now is not more than 300,000, probably more in a range of 295, 300,000. If I was asked to put it up, I'd take 300,000. If nobody bought, I'd go down to 295. I don't want to sell. I want to live it out here. So I'm asking that this be reduced to numbers like that. With that, that's my submission.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Yes.
You say there's no jetted tub.
Pardon?
You say there's no jetted tub?
Not certainly. Yes, maybe I don't want you to have to go back and look at things, but I sent to the assessor's office in 2022 to validate pictures I had to take from our lender
Okay,
to show that the lender, and so it's this one here, picture of the jetted tube, and then the subsequent, I sent full-size pictures then. And this is what we replaced,
okay.
and it's a safety. We had one in our other property in Illinois, and it's the greatest thing. It's got a seat and a handle, and I use them both. So, any case, I hope that answers your question.
Now, is the chimney's gone too?
The chimney's been capped with a steel roof. It's not there.
Okay, all right.
And we have a vented gas fireplace. That's been identified.
All right.
That's in it. That's fine. Non-vented, I should say.
I have no further.
No questions for
I
me.
have nothing. Thank you.
Okay.
I do want to explain the detached garage are going to have different depreciation.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't hear as well because you're,
The detached garage and the house are going to have different depreciation schedules because their life expectancies are a lot different. So they won't have the same
that's not the issue.
depreciation.
The issue is that you're saying that the garage,
Mm-hmm,
okay, was 1990,
mm-hmm,
but the house had by some reason moved from 1930
correct.
to an effective date of 1995. And that is an anomaly.
Effective age means that that house has been improved since 1930. You've done stuff to the house to
Right,
improve
okay.
it since the original build.
But
So you've
nobody who
changed the
buys a
life
house looks at that.
expectancy. Okay, so you changed the life expectancy of that house by continuously updating stuff. When you put the new roof on, that changed the life expectancy. Those are the kind of stuff that we have to watch, and that
Okay.
effective age is
I
what
accept
changes.
that.
And
I
that's what,
just thought it's an anomaly
yeah.
to have a garage built 60 years later.
Mhm.
Even if you said the effective date was 1970,
Mhm.
mitigate the difference between 1930 and 1995 and pick 70.
Yeah.
That would be a more reasonable date.
But we're saying your house right now functions like a 1995 home.
Okay,
That's what the effective age is for.
okay. I understand your interpretation.
The hot tub, the jetted tub was put on in 24. It was added back in by error. So that has been removed. I already caught that and already took it off. So it has
Okay,
been,
how
removed,
about the,
and I'm going to get to that.
okay,
You filled out a questionnaire, and on the questionnaire, you said you had, I think it says 1 or 2
Yeah.
ventless stacks, or ventless fireplaces with no stack. And it says remove stack from PRC. And then you have a 1 masonry with chimney. So can you explain to me, we can see that the chimney's still there. What exactly do you have? Do you have a gas fireplace with an opening and no stack, or can you please explain
let
that
me
to us?
clarify. The prior owner had put in a non-vented gas fireplace, and that's still there. The original structure in 1930 had a stone fireplace that now is configured in our bedroom. It's been inoperative prior for a long time. The original owners didn't have, the prior owners never utilized it. So, but there was a stack there. So that when in 2019, we had a steel roof put on, I had them say, what are you going to do? I said, cap it and cover over. It was roof, and that's been done. So there's no flue and vented to the outside fireplace, only that. And so I answered it wrong in the fireplace section, saying, if anyhow, metal with chimney, ventless, I put in 1, and masonry, I put 1, and it was wrong. It should have been 0. So that is my submission in hopes that can be changed.
So the gas fireplace is a prefab with no vent, correct?
No vent.
Okay. When I received the Form 130, I did have to send out a 138 defect notice because there was a wrong parcel number on there. He did correct that. I got a new property record card because I already removed the jet tub. I will also go back and do it last year as well because that was our error.
Well, it should have been changed in 22.
It was already done then. All those have been done. It was only added back on for 2024.
Well,
It says in the note, added a jet tub in 2024. So up till then, it was not on there. We had already talked about it in your last
well,
appeal and
how
removed
did
it.
You know, I don't understand how it disappeared and reappeared.
Well, because they were looking at pictures, old pictures on the Zillow, and they saw the jetted tubs and they added it back on by error. So it has been removed and I'll take that off both years. So your new value that we're working with today is $341,000. I just wanted to let you know that. Exhibit A is all the information that was originally sent. And it just showing him the different lakes, the different depreciation schedule. It also gives us the land value, the land order that we had to do, the cost schedules and the trending that was mandated by the state. That's what changed his values. All of that information was sent to him prior to this. Also a letter from Chris Doty, the trending department, explaining everything.
Is that the June 9th record letter?
The letter that you received on, yes, June 9th.
Okay.
Yep. Exhibit B is my sales comparison grid. I made, adjustments I did a time adjustment because I used 2023 sales and 2025 sales. I gave a minus or a plus 6% if it was a 23 and a minus 6% if it was a 25. I made adjustments for land, square footage, bedroom count, bathroom count, crawl versus basement. If there was basement finish, I made adjustments for that. If there was no air conditioning, I made adjustments for that. I made adjustments for the garage size and the amenities and outbuildings. The average came in at 354, 426, and the median came in at 345, 259. And our value currently is within those ranges or under.
Yeah, make a comment.
So
And-
you're suggesting no change
No
in the assessed
change.
value?
Correct.
And then it remains at 341,000. Is that correct?
Well, if we have to change the fireplace, it will go down a little bit.
Okay.
But I need to see exactly what that is. And Bobby's gonna run it for you real quick here.
Right.
Well, it doesn't have to be. have to
One
be right away.
prefab, no stack. Opening. Correct.
So when we correct the fireplace, the total improvement value will change to $197,200. And the total value of the property, including the land, will change to $338,300.
The improvement was 197,200. The total assessed 338,300.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I have no more questions for Mr. Kraft or the county.
No questions.
I have no question.
Do you have anything further?
One thing further that I think we should consider, if you notice this chart I made, comparison of the two active or just very recently sold homes on the lake, each of them started out with an asking price high, 374,900, 405,000. Notice the percent drop in price in the real market. The 1110 Brubaker came down to 332,500 for a 2,008 square foot house, 11.3% drop. Similarly, Bay Circle Drive out for sale now, through 5 reductions, is now down in 1 year to $299,995. I think that's a market statement, and I use that in my assessment to say that we can only probably get 295 to 300, not the 342 or the 338. So I submit that, and I thank you all for your time and for putting up with a very dry throat.
Thank you for your, evidence in your testimony, Mr. Kraft.
The proceedings are now concluded. The cause is adjourned until further order. The PTABOA may inspect the subject property and consider the evidence presented or requested. No additional evidence will be accepted for consideration unless that evidence has been requested during the hearing held today. As soon as we can, we will mail you a Form 115 to let you know the board's decision. If you disagree with that decision, you have the right to file a Form 131 with the state. This hearing is adjourned. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all.